What's up, everybody? It's Amrinder Singh, and you are listening to Learn Punjabi like a native podcast. The main purpose of this podcast is to teach you conversation in Punjabi and tell the difference between textbook type Punjabi and the real conversation in Punjabi. Now, let's kick this thing off. So, today we'll talk about how to say a sentence in Punjabi when you want something. So in English, we just want, right? I wanna do that. I wanna go there, right? We just want or wanna, whatever, right? That's what we use in English. And when you speak Punjabi, so that time you use like a chaunda, Punjabi word chaunda, right? But we don't use this word much. We say sentences differently. Like you guys say, like I wanna drink some tea. We don't say that. Mostly, you would say like if you want to say the same sentence in Punjabi, you would say like मैं चाय पीना चाहता हाँ. That's what you say, I think, right? So, but we don't use चाहता. We say like मैं चाय पीनी है. It's pretty simple. मैं चाय पीनी है. All right. So, but before I talk about that, I want to let you know that when we use chaunda, right? So there is actually two words when we use chaunda and chauna. The two different, not different words. It's the same thing, but when we write, it's different spellings in Punjabi, right? Even in English, so it is different spellings, but the meaning is same thing. So when we use Jonah and when we use Jonda, so that's the maybe problem for you to understand, but it's not that hard. So for first and second person, we use Jonah. For third person, we use Jonda. So if you don't know what the first and second person, so first person is you, basically I. I is the first person, right? The second person is you, right? Second person is you. So if in the sentence there is a main pronoun is you and I, then you would use Jonah. But if there's a third person is like a he, she, they, something like that, right? So that time you would use Jonah. For example, if I wanna say like I want to visit Australia, right? uh, in Punjabi I would say मैं Australia जाना चाहना, right? मैं Australia जाना चाहना. So I use चाहना, not चाहता here. So if I'm going to ask you like तुम Australia जाना चाहना, right? So I'm still using चाहना, right? Because I'm talking to you, you are second person. But if I'm telling you about somebody, about third person, like ਉਹ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, then I would use ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ. I won't use ਜਾਣਾ, right? I won't say like ਉਹ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ, ਉਹ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ. It doesn't make sense. So when we're gonna talk about third person, then we would say ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ. ਉਹ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, right? So that's what we say. So now I think it's clear, and you know when to use Jonah and when to use Jonah, all right? So it's not that difficult. So now let's talk about when we use the word Jonah or Jonah and when we don't. So if it is a simple thing, it's not a big deal. Like we don't use Jonah and Jonah. Like for example, if you go to your friend's house and you want something, like you can, like in English you say I want to drink water, right? So in Punjabi, you won't say like "मैं पानी पीना चाहता हूँ." It looks so weird. But yeah, like if you're saying that, like what the hell you're talking about, right? It's so weird actually in real conversation. So you can say pretty simple like "मैं पानी पीना," right? मैं पानी पीना. Don't say "मैं पानी पीना चाहता or चाहना." It is so like a fucking textbook type. Or maybe you are like at the party, maybe you're hanging out with your friend and you wanna go back home now, and you would say like मैं ਹੁਣ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ, right? So same, that's not how we say. I would say like मैं ਹੁਣ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਣਾ, right? मैं ਹੁਣ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਣਾ or मैं ਹੁਣ ਘਰੇ ਜਾਣਾਗਾ. That's what we say. I won't use these kind of thing ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ. I won't use with simple sentences. And there's another thing to notice when you will make a sentence without word chahunda and chona, so with the simple sentence, so the verb is going to be end with a na sound, na, right? Na sound like karna, khedna, pina, right? So always remember when if you will make a sentence, the simple sentence is going to like padna, right? So you won't use the at the end like a padda, khedda, right? You won't use that. It is when it's da, we use it like when it is present simple sentence, all right? So how would you use na at the end like karna, khedna, right? For example, मैं दूध पीना this means I want to drink milk, right? Are you noticing मैं दूध पीना, right? It's पीना, so it's na at the end. मैं दूध पीना, मैं फुटबॉल खेडनी आ, right? It's knee, so it's also knee sound. So why is knee sound? Because football is a feminine word, right? Football is a feminine word, that's why I use knee. So मैं कार चलाउनी आ, मैं कार चलाउनी आ, it's चलाउनी आ, so it's again knee sound at the end, so it means I wanna drive a car or I wanna play a football, right? मैं किताब पढ़नी आ, so again it's knee sound at the end, पढ़नी, मैं किताब पढ़नी आ, it means I wanna read a book. मैं दूध पीना, right? मैं दूध पीना, I wanna drink milk. मैं पानी पीना, right? It's पीना at the end, it's na sound. So पानी is masculine word, so that's why it's na. पीना. मैं चाय पीनी है, so चाय is a feminine word, so it's ni sound. मैं चाय पीनी. So keep in mind when you will make a sentence, when you want something with the simple, so it's always going to be a na sound and then, all right? So basically we use chauna or chaunda when something is a little bit different, right? A little bit bigger actually. Like if you want to ask a kid, what do you want to be like in the future, right? So in according to your career, right? Like do you want to be a doctor when we ask? So in Punjabi that time you can say तू की बनना चाहना, तू बड़ा होके की बनना चाहना. It's mean like a word would you be when you grow up, right? Or you can ask तू डॉक्टर बनना चाहना बड़ा होके, right? So in this case you are using चाहना. Even like even some people don't use in this case like a चाहना, they say like तू बड़ा होके की बनेगा, right? तू बड़ा होके की बनेगा. It means you like what would you become when you grow up, right? So sometimes they don't use it. So but when it's something like a bigger, it doesn't make sense. Like it's not like if I say I wanna go to USA, right? Then that time you can say मैं USA जाना चाहना. It makes perfect sense if you use चाहना in this constant. But if you're using चाहना with like a small on little things, it's so weird, man. Like maybe you're gonna say like मैं अपने फ्रेंड ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹਣਾ, right? This is like a so fucking small sentence. It's not a big deal, so I won't say that. I would say like मैं अपने फ्रेंड ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ, right? और मैं अपने फ्रेंड ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਨਾ ਗਾ. So basically I noticed that a lot of you guys who are learning Punjabi, you are using a lot of like ਚਾਹਣਾ or ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ word, because you think like a want mean chaunda or chauna, right? When a sentence in English sentence says want, you are going to translate in Punjabi with chaunda, right? I want to drink water, I want to drink coffee, whatever, you are going to use it chauna in Punjabi. But if you want to use it, you can use it, but it is not natural. So if you want to be speak natural Punjabi, then you need to stop using chauna or chaunda. Yeah, and but if you are making the sentence which is a little bit like a bigger thing, like a if you want to visit somewhere, that time you can use chauna or chaunda, right? And another thing, even you don't wanna like use other sentence I told you, you just wanna keep stick with chauna and chaunda. that's fine. But it's also important for you to understand us, because if I'm, for example, I'm visiting your house and I told you like, my pani pina. Maybe you can understand that, right? I want to drink water. And maybe if you're watching a movie, right, watching a TV series, you can understand what's going on. So it's also important for listening. So then it's not that difficult. Just keep remember like, when something is bigger, you are going to do, or you want something bigger, that time you can use chona and chonda. But if the little thing is not a big deal, then don't use chona and chonda. Just use simple sentence. All right. And another thing, just keep remember what is the difference between chona and chonda. We use chona for first and second person. For third person is chonda. And it's also depends on if it's a female word or it's a male word or it's a plural word, right? So if it's female, is he would say my choni, right? She would say choni or chondi. If it's a plural, then chondi, right? So keep in mind that. So if you want to learn something more about Punjabi, then just check it out in description. There are more information.